10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
NIP's turn to pick.
Mirana.
You may now select your heroes.
Sure.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Oops.
Stop this man!
你行，你行，你上，你上。你行，你行，你上，你
Prepare
上。
for battle.
Who are they sending mid? Okay, I'm gonna cheat a little bit. They're sending Boxy.
How does one know this?
Because he's holding 2 tangos?
Oh, okay. Got
How
it.
does one know this? Into the Viper. So they're not gonna send the Huskar into the Viper. Probably a good decision.
That sounds okay for the Pugna. Not amazing, but you can be annoying with Decrep. Burst him a little.
I kind of feel like the liquid one's gonna work. I don't know why. I think Pugna is still very annoying with the cooldown of his ultimate being so low. And with a Huskar, I don't think they would first phase a Huskar unless they were really confident in this strategy.
To battle.
That's what you're reverting back to?
Yes. I think they've been practicing and scrimming this and it's been successful, or they wouldn't pull it out right now. I don't think that's that outlandish.
There is nothing that can stop this man!
Look, there's nothing that can stop this man. Owen even knows it. You gonna go against Owen?
I think it's the opposite. I think this is the opening day of a group stage.
The battle begins.
Leading into a relatively long event, and they're treating this like the scrim, where they're going to see if this Huskar that they've theory crafted will work in real life in a game that matters.
Do you think this game won't matter? Have you looked at the other teams in this event?
No. I think this game matters, but I think this notion that they've been scrimming and have like
trust me, there's plenty of other teams you can
games.
scrim against in this group if you catch my drift. I don't know if I'd be doing it versus. Oh no!
All right, well that could have been a first blood, I think.
All right, I changed my mind. Now they're gonna lose.
That was single digits.
Now, according to my previous calculations, they still got it.
We'll see. CK is always a weird hero. I always feel like I'm gambling when I say I think CK is going to win a game.
I would agree with that statement wholeheartedly.
The hero is
he can just be a complete game takeover hero or such a nothing.
I really have trouble. It reminds me of Arc Warden, where I have a lot of trouble identifying, is this a good Arc Warden game? Because I've seen CKs dominate in games where I think they won't, and vice versa. And
I mean, this definitely looks like a good CK game. If you look at the heroes.
It does. And it's a good lane pairing with the Witch Doctor. Like, Maledict is really annoying against Huskar, too. Don't forget about that.
Consider yourself denied.
Yeah, that's true, because he doesn't have magic resistance anymore, right? It's just all pure regen. That's kind of a big deal.
He is not like... Yes,
that's probably why he got so nerfed, too. Like, just like, because he lost magic resistance from strength, right?
Yes. And also lost whatever built-in resistance he had. That's when I said, like, Lena, like, she really fucks up Huskar, man. Hero like Lion, even. You can't play on low HP the way you used to and feel brave about it.
Sure.
Remember how weird Necro ult used to be against Huskar? With those weird breakpoints?
Oh, yeah. Where it would just do nothing even though it was like 20% HP.
You don't want it. Yeah, there's like a sweet spot where you have to hit him where he's between, it's like 35 and 40% or something.
Nice try.
Yeah, I do not miss old Huskar. It's kind of like old Phantom Lancer. I'm good. I don't need that again.
What was the old PL?
He used to make the illusions that would keep making illusions. You just walk them down a lane.
Oh, right. Only you can spawn illusions now. The illusions don't get juxtaposed. Yeah. The Taiga up top. That'll be your first blood. There's that combo. The Chaos Knight Witch Doctor, dude. It is deadly. It's a good start. And, whoa, mid lane, Supreme. He finds a kill onto Boxy.
Sure.
No, the thing was that they just lasted way longer. That's what it was. You can still, like, make more illusions with PL. It's just... Remember, they used to last, like... forever, and you could walk them between creep waves, and they would like...
They were like full duration illusions or something.
Yeah, they could like walk all the way down an entire lane, and plus people would buy Radiance too, which was really great.
Yeah, you're right. I guess illusion heroes in general were just a lot different back then. See up top,
they can hit buildings. And actually do a lot of damage.
Well, illusions didn't give a gold bounty for a long time, right? Wasn't that like a relatively recent change compared to Dota's history? Yeah, that was like a crazy nerf to all those heroes. Well, CK leading the last hit charts right now, so he's pretty happy up top. And DK down bottom also doing very well. Quelling Blade. Hard for the Mirana against the level 2 Breathe Fire as well.
Sure.
Pugna versus Viper.
Yeah, the question is, can with the Huskar being forced to the side lane, will this strategy still work for Liquid? And they must have been open to this if they're going to pick it that early, right? I mean, they banned the AA. They didn't ban any of these like mid-matchup heroes.
Radiance
And, they're going on Charlie again. This is level 4 Huskar. He's dead.
Yeah. The fire's too much. The stacks. Now they're going to go in on the Era. No kill.
Bold to attempt the CK into the Huskar, like in the laning stage like this. I guess they're just hoping that the possibility of like having kill potential as well as the regen from lifesteal would be enough, but goes down once. Now they're gonna bring it back up. Air's still very low, and Charlie's not bringing anything to help him.
Yeah, I mean, this is the dark side of the Enigma. You can't rotate the same way that a Clockwork can in this scenario and put on this kind of pressure. You see Charlie just go straight on the Taiga, trying to save Error. They put out the Maledict, and Taiga should fall here.
That rotation worked,
plenty of damage.
Snako just happened to walk over, like they baited him in right there, and Error even goes down for the bounty.
But Charlie, ooh, it's gonna be close. He's dead. That's 7 stacks.
Yeah, I think he's the Huskar for a second there. Man, that does so much damage.
10 DPS, is that what the burn damage is? Is that per second?
Yeah, and he's already down to up 2 bracers and heading towards the armlet now.
All right, good start for Husky. Okay, still #1 on net worth thanks to the kills that he's picked up. The deaths haven't set him back too much relative to the CS, but Quickbet having a pretty good time, all things considered. Now mid lane, Supreme, it's a 3. 3-on-1. This is the same exact kind of rotation we saw at the Viper last time. 3-on-1. That's what it takes to kill this Viper in the laning.
You definitely do not want to bring less numbers and then just get turned on because of the corrosive skin. That's like the worst feeling in Dota. That's been around forever since Vipers existed, I'm sure.
Oh, that's like
I know when I first started playing, that happened all the time.
Like every Dota player has learned that lesson the hard way.
Radiant are scanning.
And yet you never learn it at the same time. It's like bringing Dust to gank Invoker the first time.
It's like the magical moments when you get to the MMR where people realize, oh, I can just TP out against Viper Strike.
Prize is mine.
Oh, I can just TP out against Razor.
Rupture's the big one.
Turns out Bloodseeker doesn't have a stun.
I remember learning that
one.
when I was a noob. I was like, oh my god.
So I should not TP to lane. I walk to lane, TP the fountain.
They're TPing the ulted DK up top right now. Not gonna catch Insania. Oh well, maybe I spoke too soon.
They are getting
there.
Insania, but no follow-up. Curse and yep.
I think he was doing some shopping there or something.
Trying to play around this siege creep, it looks like, though. With it.
I really miss Quelling Blades not being able to kill being able to kill wards because I was just getting used to how ridiculously useful Quelling Blades were as a support all the time. But now I don't really have a good enough reason to buy it. You know?
That's an interesting phenomena.
Yeah.
Once you have the sunk cost, you look at all these benefits, but without the sunk cost, the benefits feel completely not worth it.
It was just fun learning all these new juke paths and stuff. It's like melee heroes with Quelling Blade, and now I'm just like, I gotta buy other stuff. Snakeo's getting a lot in here with just this medallion.
Yeah, no, remember I said the dark side of Enigma earlier. This is the bright side of Enigma. When it's 3-3, your lanes are stable, and you're jungling, your team is just soaking up the farm. That's
Taiga's in the danger zone. He's just dead.
He walks right into Supreme. Like that's a level 7 Viper here. I don't think you want to mess with that. Freebie.
Not on my watch.
Poikman now forced to lane against the DK and the CK. Who's bottom? Quite the.
Yeah, he wants to get his own armlet up and going.
Noble lineup. Yeah.
Oh, we have the Moonlight Shadow too. Haven't seen that quite yet. Mickey, I haven't really talked about him on the Mirana. He's farming all right too. Looks like he's just been arrowing some of these bigger creeps down bottom. And Charlie seems to be a bit afraid of this bottom lane. He's not sure where the Pugna's gone, but up top they're going in on the Huskar and the Oracle. Saying he's going to be all right though.
Going back the other way. Now it's Saberlight initiated on by Koikba. Rooted up. Arrow to follow. It does connect. And now Saberlight's going to be in big trouble. Burns down. Finished off by the stars. Snako only level 4. No black hole. Supreme's here though. Level 8. Big time damage. Break. Stupidly good versus Husker.
And it becomes nothing. Ooh, they went for the long range arrow.
Viper low. Are they going to have the damage? They do. Snako and Era on the run here. Mickey does not have an arrow for another 5 seconds. A little light on mana, but does have the stick. Oh, nice cask.
We got another arrow. Mickey's having some thoughts here. D-work coming up from Insania though. Overall,
Okay for NIP. You've still got the 2 knights farming ahead of the leading farmer on Liquid. All that space.
Yeah, being ahead in this moment too is just it means that big push that is coming from Liquid is just going to be a lot weaker. You know, if they were up 2K on the side of Liquid, I wouldn't even consider this to be like over or something. I think that'd be like kind of par for the course. It feels like they're a little bit further behind than what I would be expecting from a lineup like this, but that just comes down to the lane matchups and how early they came out with this Huskar. Oh, that courier almost walks right into Saberlight.
Courier has been killed.
The jukes!
Now Saberlight initiated on big time damage coming to this DK. Not feeling so tanky after all.
Man, remember when you could like double stack the nether toxins? That was a lot better versus Like, in terms of you would have one and then another, you know what I mean? But now it's like 8-second duration and then 6-second downtime after that still. So that's at least a lot better than
Supreme taking big damage. The Pyjamas, man, just standing in it. Not a care in the world. Pretty much a full duration life drain.
Oh, man.
This Pyjamas that goes down. Era with a nice death ward. That's the end of Insania. Boxy.
I think he's dead, too. He didn't heal him.
Dire's top tower is under
Thought that
attack.
Pugno was going to be able to drain him down, but that's the scary part of the Viper.
Yeah, 3 points in the corrosive. And this tower is getting enigma'd and dragonated, so it is gone.
Dire's
the Banyan
tower
too.
is under attack.
Uh-oh, was my faith
Radiant's
misplaced this
bottom
early,
tower is
Huskar?
under
Did they
attack.
not have a plan?
Whoa, Charlie dies. Where's Husky? He's down bottom. That is the armlet up now for
Radiant's
Koikba.
bottom tower
And they
is
were
under
just
attack.
smoking their way up here, too.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Box is gonna need
Radiant
Aether.
are scanning.
Insania is probably gonna need Aether.
Dire's
I don't know how much
top
comments I
tower
have
is
in
falling.
Mickey to like get into this fight. He's going for that MKB first, which we have seen when we used to get these early Mirana picks. Or, sorry, it's like early as in like when the patch first changed the last time. There was like a couple Miranas popping off in seed, like some 4s and some cores. And
Radiant's
we saw
middle tower
Chrysalis
is
before it
under
got tuned down. We saw some Deso starts, and we did see a couple MKB starts.
Dire's top
It's a
tower
little unusual in
is
this game, though.
under
It's not like
attack.
there's anything that just screams like, I need an MKB.
Radiant's
Gonna hit
Yeah.
onto Era, though.
Plenty of
Nice
follow-up
kill.
damage. Also a DD on to Mickey. With Pugna getting pretty low. Charlie's here. Plenty of follow-up. Black hole on 2, but hook shot from Taiga will interrupt it. Boxy's still alive. Single digit of HP. They don't need anything to hit him. They've stunned him up now, and they still can't finish him off. Saberlight finally breathes fire. Charlie stays alive as they get another in the lane.
Radiant's
Piranha
middle
down.
tower is under attack.
This guy's coming over here. They have the false promise still.
There it is. They jump in. Saberlight down low. This DK not feeling so tanky. Huskar with the Oracle to back him up is still scary. Supreme, healthy though, level 10. Go for the attack speed, so he right clicks.
That looked kind of even in the end. I feel like they were about 2k up when that all started. So who did they get? They got the Witch Doctor, the Enigma, and the Dragon Knight.
Still number 1, and he is going to go BKB second item.
Yeah, versus the Viper. I mean, no real choice. I like his giant spear.
They've got a lot that goes through BKB though. Got the Viper Strike, you've got the Death Ward, Black Hole.
CK just punching you. Like, yeah, it is not a big saving grace.
Phantasms. It's, I mean, he needs it. I think it's the right choice, but it is not a feels good BKB kind of game.
It looks like Mickey, without a stellar start, is also kind of reconsidering and thinking more so towards that Chrysalis, which was the most common item, I would say, that we saw for the Miranas.
There's a little bit more of a natural build-up, too. The MKB is... it's a little Radiance-esque from the Mirana perspective, where you're not really doing much, so you get this big item.
It's a bit too chunky.
Yeah.
And they're going to smoke up on another hook shot here. Going aggressive without the Huskar, though. He's on the other side of the map, and we're talking about these are some beefy heroes. These are not easy heroes to even solo kill.
Smoke in the Moonlight Shadow. Charlie nearby. The arrow does connect, but all of NIP fight. They dust it up and not going to connect anywhere.
They're doing their best to make some space.
And it is working. Seems Liquid will get out of dodge. They're not going to be forced into a fight. That armlet on the CK. Arrow barely off the mark.
Tiger's still in behind. He planted a ward, and now he's just kind of messing with them, but he's got to find a way out of here. Tiger, what are you doing? It's crazy.
Now Era's going to find him with a cast. No bounces. And now Sineko's here, and see you later, bud.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I don't know what happened there. I mean, I get space, but
stuck in no man's land.
I thought he had like an exit strategy. I mean, that ward's just on, right? Like,
what, you mean this one?
yeah. He just deep warded. Bye-bye.
Okay, speaking of stacks, though, look at this. Starstorm coming in handy.
Oh, breathe fire, breathe fire. Oh, yeah.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He's back for more, though. Has another Starstorm.
Radiant's
Quakeman's just waiting, trying to get this BKB first before the fight. He's going to start poking away this tier 1. Has to be a bit careful, even with the Oracle. If he gets pulled in by Huskar, or by CK, I think he can still be in trouble. But I guess there's Pugna here. Okay, we're all here now.
And I feel a little split up.
Oh, nice arrow.
Keys. Supreme going to be stunned up. He's getting bursted, but Black Hole does catch the Huskar.
Radiant's middle
CK pops the ult. Husky with the false promise is absolutely going to pop. Does take Senego with him. Now they get the Pugna.
Fight for buyback, though.
Ends up being a fight that does favor Liquid. Not by a big amount, but buyback does tip the scales.
The only problem is that it is Quake but dead, and he really needs this BKB, so he's pressing it for the Tiger's going in. They're going to try another arrow set here on the Supreme for the dieback, but the arrow's going to miss.
Sidesteps it. Doesn't have any help nearby, though. Might be able to get this kill on Clockwork before falling. Trying to make it back, but doesn't live. Now Air is here. Charlie nearby.
Mickey's
That's a big kill for Liquid.
Tiger's out, and now they're going to try to turn on the air. They're going to get him.
They also get Insania.
I think that's fine, though, when you're behind like this and just trying to, again, create space for this Huskar to hit that timing. Now, mind you, they're not hitting this timing extremely fast. They're not pushing that quick, and those are all problems that will start stacking up for Liquid. But for now, they're keeping their hopes alive by doing this.
I mean, Viper is not dissimilar to Huskar, though, in the way they want to play this stage of the game. And back-to-back deaths like that, especially with the buyback in between. Look at the gap between those two heroes now. Huskar's at 8k, Viper at 6. That's a big margin for heroes that were pretty darn even. Now with the BKB coming, I think this presents a nice little window for Liquid. The Viper BKB over 1,000 gold off.
I tell you, the Enigma BKB is going to be very hard to contend with, though. A hookshot is not swap. It is much harder to cancel that with people whirling around the Enigma.
Dire are scanning.
Especially the fact that he already did it once in this game is kind of impressive.
Yeah.
You know? Sick. Got to be angled just right. Down Taiga, he's going to find himself in a bit of a pickle. Saberlight goes into the dragon form. Insania is here, does have the false promise. Won't need side tog. Save Taiga with an edict. Hook shot, not going to connect. Now the Huskar goes in, connects onto Saberlight. Koikfa going to get the false promise. He'll be just fine. Getting healed up, he'll be good.
I don't know. It's going to be hard to retreat out of this. Oh, that's the BKB. Ooh. Good.
Dire's turret has been killed.
That's one of those snap moments where it's like, yeah, you did stop that stun. That was kind of nice and fast reactions, but almost too fast. Maybe not worth. And now Insania is going to get left behind. No big deal there, but the Huskar just hit the BKB and said, well, this is fucked. I'm out. Sorry, guys. That was a bummer.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Also very firm.
Yep. Woke up. DK, a lot of BKBs this game.
Yeah.
CK working on one.
Oh, Saberlight not going to find the jump. That could have been bad timing. Might have found himself a neutral item there. Clicking on the Foxy.
Easy kill. Poor Pugna, pretty squishy.
Sure.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, might be the end of the road here for this strat pretty soon. They need a humongous fight with this BKB. They need that to go into the Aegis, and they need to get set up with their little train of Pugna, the back line, healing the Huskar. He's jumping forward over people. Clockwork, creating chaos in the back.
They need a
Radiant's
hell of a
bottom tower
9-second
is under attack.
BKB charge out of this Huskar.
Yeah.
NIP
Dyer's top
tightening the
tower
grip
is under
to see
attack.
them confidently just cutting this wave right into the tower.
It's hard when the Huskar is just like, if he's in the Nether Toxin, they just have to like ult him. It's just like,
Yeah.
they have to try and help him out.
It's just, it's like
Radiant's bottom
too
tower
hard of a
is under
counter.
attack.
I don't know.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
Like without Berserker's blood, Huskar is just a
He doesn't even get the attack speed. So even when he's ulted, it's just like, okay.
oh hook shot will fly through and actually connect on Era. Koikba jumps in onto Charlie. There's the BKB. Phantasm comes out.
Nice disarm.
Does knock him back. Charlie goes down. This is pretty good. Worthy of the 9-second charge. Maybe hoping for a little more, but they get the high price target.
Can't find the flares onto Era though. Oh, maybe they will. They have flare in two more seconds. Oh, they see the D-gen from the Witch Doctor. They found him from the Spirit Vessel aura.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Meanwhile, at Roche, Huskar, he's struggling because look what Viper did. He put Nether Toxin in the pit. Quick almost dies to Roche. Meanwhile, Supreme pops the BKB. Inverse the clockwork right now. Seneko nearby. They are going to find this kill. Now looking to contest DK comes in. He's low. Aegis in the hands of Koikba and Saber lights down. It ends
the
up
Midnight
working
Pulse,
for
get out!
Liquid.
Oh!
Now they're going in onto Viper. Seneko has Black Hole, but short mana. Drops the stun instead. Looks for a TP out and does not make it.
All right.
Zania barely catches it.
They're on.
Dude, they are
Made
doing
it.
it.
Radiant's
They are
middle
actually
tower is
doing it.
under
This
attack.
Huskar has found the fights. He has the Aegis. They got it.
I actually didn't know he had that much healing in there from the Oracle. So he went back with like half health. He was fine.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That was rough.
All right, so now this is where everything kind of has to go perfect, though, and they do have to be very wary about the black hole because that is still a potential, just like
Radiant's
you
middle
know,
tower has fallen.
like lineup ender for the way that they're trying to play. But
Luckily, the Enigma is not close to BKB at all.
that, as well as the fact that the best counter to black hole is buyback and Aegis. The Aegis sitting safely in the hands of Quick for a while.
All right.
Radiant
Still
are
tier 1
scanning.
standing in the top lane.
If I'm NIP, I kind of want to play reactionary right now. I want to wait until they're... Until I know, like, where Liquid wants to go. I don't want them set up in their full 5-man, but... Oh, they're actually going to hop right on top of Supreme from the Midnight Shadow.
BKB is right away. Koip actually getting turned on. Disarmed. Saberlight jumps in. There's the hook shot.
They're holding
Koip
the black hole for the respawn.
Disarmed. That'll be the Aegis. This looks good for NIP. Taiga forced it back up. BKB Koipa stuck in the black hole. Saberlight blows up, but Koipa's getting dropped down low. Does manage to live. The BKB is enough. Now the turn back. Nikkei drops his BKB. The right clicks are there. Charlie getting taken down. Arrow actually clips him. Koipa saved by the Oracle.
Can't find the kill after. However, it was not enough. The stacks were way too much on the CK. That was into Aegis. Very well done to just get the first life before the black hole came out, but not quite able to kill him during the duration. And the initial stun too there to have to like dive in onto the Oracle. Kind of a
Radiant's
tough role for the
bottom
DK to
tower
play in
is
these
under
fights, but
attack.
it's really the only way they can make it work, right? Like Saberlight has to find Insania and try and stun him up.
Bottom tier 2. Dunzo.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Oh, this would be such... This reminds me of when they were picking the Wind Ranger and the Tusk. And they just won a game, and then suddenly the next drafts that we were having, people were just banning it. Now, if they pick Oracle in that first phase, they're going to be very tempted to ban Huskar as enemy
Dyer's top
teams.
tower is under attack.
Even if they don't win this game at this point, I think if you see this far in the game, you go, oh, okay, they actually have a really good way to make this work. Despite it being against like pretty hard counters of the Viper and whatnot, like a somewhat bad start as well.
It's true. Hero that you don't have to necessarily win with for it to be a threat in your
Dyer's top
repertoire.
tower is under attack.
Look at
I
the
think Seneco's just dead. Oh no, he blinks away from the net. Oh, they missed the hook.
In the hook.
They had so many different tools to stop that. Oh, meanwhile, back mid lane.
Yeah, Huskar disarmed. BKB on the run. Moonlight Shadow. He pops. That is a dead Huskar and now a dead Oracle. Oh, Liquid. Looks like they stayed a little too long while the rest of the team was chasing around that Enigma up top.
Yeah, that was just a wee bit too much damage there. Losing that Aegis without an objective, just a fight, perhaps hurting Liquid as they weren't able to clean up like the rest of the towers or maybe make a high ground push or something. And now it's going to be another whole round of items before that next Aegis comes up, which you kind of assume they have to wait for. If the black hole is ever available, it feels like they need 2 lives to play these fights.
Gar up in a couple seconds now. Looks like Liquid could be posturing to try to take an engagement. Saberlight needs to be a little careful.
Yeah, the sentry is there.
Hook shot connects. Does find the CK. Phantasm, pretty good HP. Saberlight now reveals himself in the back line. They jump in onto Taiga. Koipa trying to help him out. Very spread fight now. Mickey in deep does manage to bring down the Viper, and now Koipa's going to follow up. He'll go onto the CK. They need an interrupt. They do have it with the root. Looking for Era. He'll make the TP out. Seneko also going to be good. And Saberlight in the tree line. Although, do they see him?
Jeez. These fights are so chaotic and messy.
Yeah, dude. That was ridiculous.
Incoming!
He has a TP.
Well, it's a 1 for 2, but it's a support for 2 cores. So pretty darn good for Liquid.
Oh, Saberlight's feeling it either way. Yeah, again, another one of these like back and forth games. Dota Plus also not sure. Back to like 45% in favor of NIP. It's favoring Liquid again. They're kind of faltering back down to 50%. As this game stands now, oh man, the Huskar is still like kind of good in the mid and late game versus, well, except for the CK. I mean, CK can just get more items. It's just he's not farming enough is the main issue.
It's funny that like Dota Plus tends to believe in the big ultimate lineups, you know, like black holes and chronos and stuff.
Yeah.
So opposite of that, it probably doesn't really like Huskar that much. But Liquid's winning, so it's just like, flip a coin, I don't know.
I do think the next Aegis is still like very key for Liquid.
Yeah.
I don't see how you can
Radiant's
fight
top tower
into
is
this
under attack.
Enigma, especially once he uses this BKB.
Right, like high ground is a whole nother ball game, and that's something Liquid haven't conquered yet.
Observer Sentry combo does spot them. Oh, they're still smoked up, sorry. Only the clock
Initiation. Yep, they get the Era. The Era. They find Era. Certainly hoping for more than that. KB still pretty far off for the CK. And now very close for the Enigma. And more than halfway for the DK.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
NIP just focused on getting magic immunity right now.
I think they know he TP'd. They're trying to get a flare onto this CK. Pretty risky place to have a fight,
Dire's
though.
bottom tower has
Okay, there's
fallen.
Enigmas. Glyph
Dire's
already
bottom
been
tower
used.
is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Where Pugna really shines, so let Huskar do a little chip damage and keep spamming out that Nether Blast. So hard to defend against. It's just this constant poke. You don't have to commit.
Yeah, they don't have a great way to like jump up Pugna either, right? Just trying to get a flare onto this. The only thing they can really do is try to do a rally. Pretty risky place to
Here goes. They jump in. Seneko. He does not get Taiga. Glyph already been immediately interrupted. He is barely going to survive. The spider legs keep him up. Where Pugna really shines. Let Huskar do a little chip damage. At least for now. That was close. He definitely went for that, thinking the clockwork was going to be right on the edge. They were just a little bit too spread out.
I mean, who else was even in there, though? Was it just Boxy?
I think so.
I guess his thought is that they can't siege without the Pugna. and that's just going to keep slowing down this push that they're looking for at this timing. But that was a risky play.
Allies.
But you also can't just let Pugna
Sure
sit on the
was.
low ground and take your tier 3 for free.
It's pretty much either that or, you know, the DK blinks out on somebody or the CK has to compromise his position.
And they're moonlighting again. Taiga's going to say, oh, they hit a sentry, guys.
Dire are scanning.
Scouting up the high ground. Squid.
And IP
They
are
did
going
a
to start
lot of
falling
damage
behind,
to that
though,
tier
if
three.
they start leaving this like that. And Daedalus and an 8-second BKB on Mickey. He hits pretty damn hard. Roche up in 8 seconds now. Trying to find a fight perhaps in the mid as Snake's going to start clearing out these trees. I like that decision. Get rid of these. Make it harder for Taiga to play. But Taiga goes in.
Hook shot connects onto Sineko.
There's nothing wrong here.
Trying to help with Foxy.
Get out.
Taiga's going to be the first to fall, but the Huskar is still going to go in strong. Mirana jumps in. They will finish off the DK. This is not looking great for NIP. Disarm onto the Chaos Knight. Koikpa's still alive. They've got the false promise if needed, and Sania drops it.
He's so good at holding that, man. And you really thought they might be able to get him out of there.
Now, support for Core, I guess, again, does slightly favor Liquid. They're pinging out Roche. They want this.
Are scanning.
Radiant will scan it out, though.
Roche 2, so just Aegis Cheese.
And they're smoked up on the Radiant. They have the spider legs on the Enigma. The Blink. The BKB. Black Hole. And the Clockwork's still dead. They own the outpost, though, so they know he's going to keep you to the outpost and go for it.
Oh, Insania, face checks.
Sineko, what are you going to do? He's hit.
Silence, Sineko gets off the BKB, but Roche is dead. Huskar, the one with the Aegis, they're going to try to just walk away, and they will.
Can't get their big plays off this time. And now Taiga going to throw out the flare and look for a potential straggler here, I would think. And IP are just going to hold strong. They say, we'll fight into Aegis and Cheese for some reason. I guess Sineko didn't have the black hole back yet either, so he couldn't. He didn't want to just YOLO in for the Aegis. And that whiff black hole really hurt them.
Sure did.
It was a good decision by Liquid, despite not really having like a
Radiant's top
giant
tower
kill
is under
advantage, to still go in there like that. Just like getting the DK and even losing the Clockwork, still knowing that it's worth it because of the lack of the black hole.
The prize is mine.
Ooh, the minus 0.8 second Purifying Flames with the Huskar.
That's pretty cool.
1.5 second, yeah. That is a lot of heals.
Cast range, huh? Guess not having any trouble getting off the false promise.
Yeah, that's a really hard one to skip.
Still that tier 1 standing in the top lane. Esso on Mirana. Damn.
Radiant's
That's the
middle
tier
tower
3.
has fallen.
Positioning from NIP, looking like they want to wrap around. They've got 2 heroes smoked up. Now Moonlight Shadow, hook shot does connect onto the Enigma, and CK pops the BKB. Sineko looking for the opening. CK illusion down. Huskar gets disarmed. Huskar may be in trouble. Pops the BKB on the run. It's Saberlight on the other side. Another one of these spread out fights. Quickly jumps across onto Supreme. Arrow. BKB stops it. But Era and Saberlight are both dead. Quickfoot does survive.
Yeah, Saberlight again, just kind of off in that same spot by himself. Getting zoned out from his teammates, and Sineko not able to find the play. Still has the black hole at the very least, but no BKB
Radiant's
for another
middle
20,
barracks are under attack.
20 seconds right now. Another window for the Pugna to
Dire's
start
top
blast.
tower is under attack. Radiant's
Blast.
middle
Danny DeVito in here with the green.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's structures
This
are
Agnes looks
fortified.
nasty with Huskar too.
Viper here, but Quakebutt into that point where he is just damn beefy. Still has the Aegis, of course.
That angle is so annoying that you can blast him over there.
they should be able to get this barracks. BKB, black hole ready.
He was so ready for that.
Oh.
That damn Nether Ward is destroying his mana pool. I think it's what got him last time was the Midnight Pulse. And then he didn't have enough after.
Hanging on to the melee barracks for now. Yeah, it's kind of annoyingly fast, actually. BKB on CK.
Wish fulfilled.
Did not expect him to get stalled out that hard, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Mickey is just becoming a monster, and very good to find a hero that is not like susceptible to just dying to Mirana or to a Viper, can play this like in and out style position 1.
Interesting solution. Now they jump in onto Saberlight. DK again, maybe in trouble, but the black hole interrupted. Seneko just brought down. They are going to kill the Clockwork in exchange, but Koikva survives. DK beyond, False Promise, and Aegis, so he's got a lot of options. Does get saved. Now finally going to go down. Actually, still sustaining.
Wait, what?
Still sustaining?
Yeah, I thought
this Huskar is still alive. Now 2 buybacks used on NIP and 2 dead for Liquid, so they've already won this fight. All they need to do is back out. Seneko and Saberlight both back in it. And that'll be a 1k swing, 1100. Four items.
False promises. Wait till he gets to level 20. That seems a little bit broken with his combo now.
God, arrow hits on CK down bottom. Charlie taking a huge amount of damage. Layup for the Huskar. Whew.
I share my pain.
That's a big kill.
Yeah, now they have to buy time for a another ultimate here from Seneko. That's kind of the only hope they have, right?
Pet, thanks
They
you.
still can't hit these big black holes. Taiga again with the cancel. He bought the Blink too, which is pretty cool this game. Blink on Clockwork is like, some people argue if it's not because it costs so much and it gives no stats to a hero that's usually like right in the thick of things. But in a game like this where that angle is so important to try and cancel the black hole, even though that's not really what happened that time, it is nice. It means he can like blink cogs and then he's still able to hookshot the Enigma after, which is what they did that time.
Yeah, and that one, the Mirana was just outside the black hole, laying into the Enigma. Seneko was dead either way. Got a repair kit here, Trent.
Yeah, brought back from the earlier chippage of the Pugna.
Now the Deso on Mickey should make this even easier in terms of sieging. Shot in, Taiga with some cogs, trying to break things up. They are going to get Saberlight, no buyback there. Up in about 10 seconds. Make it 5 now, and that'll be enough for Liquid to retreat.
Saberlight has been a bit too cavalier this game. He's completely lost any source of progress. He's died a ton. He's always in the grave, always by himself when he dies for the most part.
Yeah.
And he's still working on BKB after Blink. He is truly a off-lane DK, but looking more like a support at the moment.
High ground siege continues. Hook shot in on the CK, stops the Phantasm. Now he pops the BKB. Koikva goes flying in.
Nice cheese.
Right as the black hole comes in again. Mickey just on the edge of it destroys the Mirana. Which Dr. Ult also channeling in, but at this point not so effective. They do actually kill Koikva. Thought there might still be some false promise to come, but nope, that was the damage. All right, don't underestimate the Witch Doctor, I guess. So thanks to the repair kit, the tower is back to topped off.
Yeah, that was a weird false promise. He took 2,000 damage after that. And he's at 2,000 HP and died from false promise.
Boom! There it goes.
Huh.
Probably just trying to get him out of the nether toxin, I'm guessing is what it was. One of those.
Taiga, he's going to get left behind a little bit here, I think. Team trying to help him out. Arrow does actually connect on to Charlie. Taiga, tankier than you might think. Now the hook shot out. They want this CK follow-up. Fortune's End. They've actually got a lot of lockdown. Another BKB used. Mickey gets pulled in, stunned up. Has a BKB of his own. Pops it now.
Yes.
DK still struggling. It's just too much magic damage, and all of a sudden Nikkei right-clicks you, and you're like, oh yeah, they've got physical too.
Nikkei's saying, get out of here.
Has one more lead. Taiga now may be left behind. This is such a ridiculous fight. I can't believe Liquid have been able to go in and out so effectively.
Taiga still has an Essence Ring left.
That 30-second cooldown, you can feel it. Taiga's still alive. The Decreps, not even a Ghost Scepter. It's all the Pugna. Now Koikva's here. He'll bring down Supreme. Buyback from the CK. It's been long and sloppy, but Liquid have done so much with this seed.
They gotta heal up Boxy. He's got more to give here.
They've gained at least 2,500 or so in this sequence. Now the glyph comes out. Smoke from NIP.
Insania is out of mana. He's down to the low cooldown, though, of that False Promise. So that next fight is going to be so hard for NIP. 25-second cooldown False Promise. But 10 seconds. It's like almost half uptime. 10 and 15.
Now so far ahead, 22k net worth. Still playing this somewhat cautiously, not going to throw it high ground.
Snako is not anywhere nearby though. He's running.
Got the +2 arrows also. Now, a lot of potential stuns.
All right, can I interest y'all in a Roche fight?
Look up, and they're going to head that way. It is a refresher shard here with Roche 3.
Ooh, that is much better for the Radiant.
Radiant are scanning.
They put the Ags on. Who gets the refresher even? They have pretty darn short cooldowns. Maybe just the Huskar BKB is your best bet.
Yeah.
And the Satanic also.
And that the Oracle.
Decay able to make it back. Taiga with some body blocks. Try to chip away at these illusions. Arrows fly. The DK gets hit. Koikva goes in hard. Pops the BKB. Has Aegis. Has False Promise. Might not live through it all. But Saberlight and Air go down. There's a black hole. It does connect on DK. But Taiga again finds Seneko. Now Supreme falls. And NIP are looking to be out of options. They clip Charlie. And that is it, baby. GG.
See you later, nerds. Liquid.
Take the series.
First phase, Huskar Oracle. For Dota players, that is not a good sign. 3 picks to address